Let's just let some people in. There's some people in the waiting room, so welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We will obviously give it a few minutes before we get started, just to make sure that we get enough people joining in. We do often find that a lot of people will watch this on recording. If you do have any questions throughout, please drop them in the chat, or you're welcome to put your cameras on and talk to us as well. You know, it's sometimes great to meet the trainer and to find out the answers to your questions. So while you're there, I'm going to share my screen and get ready for the session. Okay. I'm guessing you can see that, Akona.
Correct. Yes, I can.
Perfect. Great. Okay. Well, we'll give it a few minutes just to see who else comes along.
Yes.
Hi, Sally. I just said that we're going to give it a few minutes just in case anyone else wants to join. But if you've got any questions, if you think of anything, just drop it in the chat as we go.
Hello. I'm cooking, so I'm going to switch my video off and just listen while I'm there. It's nice to see you.
Anything nice? What are we having for tea?
Oh, I'm a very basic salmon, rice, peas and carrots for the child and me. So
sounds very nice. Enjoy.
I'll be listening. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem.
Worries.
I take it you're not cooking. It's not Heather, actually. I'm Lynn. It says Heather on my Zoom because I'm using Heather's Zoom, but I probably should change that, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you probably should. Anyways, looking forward to the session.
Good.
Thanks for organizing it.
You're very welcome. As I say, we'll just give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. We will be recording today's session, so if you did have to leave early or you wanted to watch it again, then you can do so. Hi, Tamsin. Hi, Pavithra.
Hello, hi.
Hi, thank you for joining us. We've just been giving it a couple of minutes because there's a few other people just jumping in, so we just want to give everyone a chance. However, this will be recorded, so if anybody comes in late, they will be able to watch it. I think probably let's get started. And then, as I said, if you've got any questions at all, please don't hesitate to pop them in the chat, but we will do a Q&A at the end. Okay, so welcome to this session. Today we are going to meet the trainer, so that's always great to do. And the session today is Discovering Marketing Cloud, and we're very proudly sponsored by Validity. So just about me, if you haven't already met me, I know I've met some of you. My name's Lynn. I'm Customer Success Manager at Supermums, and I've been here for nearly 2 years, so just coming up to 2 years. I am always here, and I'm always delighted to help and answer any questions that you have. So towards the end of the session, I will drop in my Calendly link, so please feel free to book in some time with me if you would like to. Akona, could you introduce yourself, please?
Certainly. Good evening, everyone. I'm Akona, and I am the trainer for Marketing Cloud here at Supermoms. A little bit about me. I'm currently a Salesforce Marketing Cloud champion, which is some of the most engaged people from a Salesforce Marketing Cloud as identified by Salesforce. And I'm a champion for 2024, 2025. And I currently work as a design lead in Marketing Cloud at a financial services organization based out of South Africa called Standard Bank. And I'm got, I think, how many I think I have 9 certifications now from
Wow.
Salesforce perspective. And
Congratulations. Sounds amazing.
I'm currently working on my 10th certification. So hi.
Brilliant. Sounds like they'll be in good hands if they do training with us. Okay, so I did mention that our sponsor for this particular course is Validity. Validity is the most trusted name in customer data quality. So if you wanted to look at Validity, then please feel free to look them up, and they would be more than happy to talk to you. So Akona, if you would like to take this slide, please, and give someone some information on why we focus on Marketing Cloud.
Certainly. Thanks, Lynn. So I think the question obviously on everyone's mind is, why do we focus on Marketing Cloud, right? Why are we here today and encouraging you guys to join us for this Marketing Cloud course? And the reason for that is, quite frankly, there's a digital skills gap currently happening right now in the market. And a report that was published by a leading marketing platform, Smart Insights, found that 9 out of 10 marketers feel that they're underskilled, right? And especially given today where, technology is advancing exponentially, there's always new products on the market. And what that then entails is that now demand is outstripping supply, or essentially there is obviously supply, but the skill that the demand is looking for is not matching with the supply that's available. And Marketing Cloud is one of the most sought after skills in the industry at present, because Salesforce is currently, I think, as ranked by Gartner, one of the best Marketing Cloud platforms for small to large scale organizations, right? So essentially then the answer is that Marketing Cloud is a global leading product that we believe that you guys would benefit from learning, right? And obviously Gartner has named Salesforce as a leader in their Magic Quadrant for multi-channel marketing hubs. And I know we say here 2021, but they were also named in the latest report as well, right? And so there's been numerous other places that have identified and named Salesforce as one of the leaders in the market. And Len, if we could please go to the next slide.
Yeah, and I think just to add on to that, I've heard of many organizations not taking projects on because there's not enough people doing it. So I think that's pretty much what you just said.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And also why Salesforce Marketing Cloud is, the hot topic that we're discussing right now, is that it's used by a large number of global brands to help personalize customer relations, right? Or customer communication, right? And one of the things that Marketing Cloud allows you to do is, to not only personalize, but to sort of help preempt with the technology that we have. So it's knowing your customers better than ever before. And some of the suites of products in Marketing Cloud allow you to do that. It allows you to personalize every interaction and every moment in the journey that a customer can potentially have with your brand. You're able to adapt campaigns and to also and obviously track and monitor how those campaigns are doing to improve overall performance, right? And throughout the course, we'll be teaching you how to leverage the platform in order to fulfill each of these promises. And some of the big companies that you may be aware of that currently use Salesforce Marketing Cloud are your companies like Unilever, Aston Martin, Astrid, Virgin Media. So these companies as well, any communication of theirs that goes to you, whether it's an advert that you may see on Facebook, or it's an email, or potentially a push notification that comes to your device, is all facilitated through Salesforce Marketing Cloud.
Okay, that's great. And just to add to that, we have recently done a private course for a very large corporate who used Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We did a Marketing Cloud course with them. So again, if you're looking to individually do training with us, then come to me for a conversation. Or if you're looking to train your team, we can also help with that.
Certainly.
Go.
There we go. So one of the things, obviously, personalization does allow you to, you know, improve your ROI, right? Because we're now making the relationship a lot more personal. And currently in, you know, today's oversaturated market, data does show us that people are looking to connect with brands that they feel that, you know who they are. And in using Marketing Cloud, some of the, you know, the clients that use Marketing Cloud have seen a 32% overall increase in their marketing ROI. They've seen it takes about, when you do implement the platform, it does take about 9 months is the average time in which they can start then achieving a positive ROI through the use of the platform. They've been able to record, you know, 31% in the customer lifetime value, which is quite a significant increase simply by changing, you know, the tool in which you use to communicate with your customers. And there's been a 33% increase in customer engagement. And one of the things that I think is a consistent question around marketing is, how do we know that people are seeing and, you know, engaging with what we're doing? And with Marketing Cloud, not only can you see who and when and why people are engaging with their content, but you can actually leverage the platform to grow that engagement, right? And one of the other things that it also allows you to optimize your ad spend revenue, your ad spend optimization, apologies. And the companies that use the platform have seen a 32% increase in this, and also a decrease in, you know, the cost of acquisition of new clients. By leveraging this tool, you would stand to gain about a 22% decrease in the cost of, you know, going out there, engaging and finding new clients. So these are just, you know, the top 6 benefits of using the platform. And that is just obviously high level, executive level return on investment. And there's also such things that, you know, we don't mention here, such as, you know, just the customer experience or the user experience that your teams will have in using the tool, and also efficiency gains that they would also see in using the tool, because it just makes, you know, for example, building out an email so much easier. And with Marketing Cloud, it also helps in that, for example, typically when one is building out an email, one would need HTML skills, right? For example, with Marketing Cloud, that's not one of the things that your teams would need to be super proficient in. And it's literally anyone, it's, as Salesforce likes to say, it's clicks, not code. So, Lynn, if we can go to the next slide, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. And so this then brings, we've talked about how great Marketing Cloud is, but what does it actually do, right? So the tool that we do this training on is Marketing Cloud Engagement, right? And it obviously is focused around engagement with the customer. And the platform itself allows for multi-channel communication. So we will speak a lot about email, but it's not the only you know, type of communication it supports. It can do advertising. It does email, SMS, WhatsApp, push. Those are you know, the 5 things that it does. And so you can deliver personalized customer journeys, right? And with your journeys, and the very powerful thing about journeys is it's not just a one and done, right? So it's not just sending one email and that's it. We can, you know, build out a journey that is saying that if Lynn opens this email, then send a follow-up, you know, SMS, or if she doesn't open the email or the email bounces, then there's a content action that will happen in result.
I'm not sure. We lost you then, Akona. Unless it's, unless it's
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, got you now. Yeah, it might have been me, but I couldn't hear you.
No, I did get my connection is unstable. I got that pop up.
Okay.
Do you remember what was the last thing I said? Or you heard?
I think, and I've noticed somebody else has put it, so obviously it wasn't just me. I think we were hearing you saying about the 5 email, SMS, push, WhatsApp, and advertising. I think that's the last bit I heard.
Oh, okay, cool. So, Marketing Cloud, obviously across all of those channels allows you to deliver personalized customer engagements and also create tailored journeys to your customers based on, data that you have on them, not just the data that you have, but also the data that they generate through their engagement, right? So those are some of the journeys that you can build on the platform. And you also are able to get actionable data with AI insights and recommendations through, a feature called Einstein on the platform. And this allows you to, expand on the current audiences that you have and supplement them based on saying, for a good example I like to use is send time optimization, right? So typically when we send out emails, someone clicks a button at 9 a.m. and it's like click send to everyone. But all of us on this call, if you asked us when we look at our emails, we generally all look at our emails at different times of the day, right? And so one of the things that the AI Insights and Marketing Cloud can do is they allow you to leverage something called send time optimization to say, based on your historic engagement with your customers, we know that, for example, Sally opens her emails at, midday when she has a bit of a lunch break, and Lynn opens her emails at 11 without fail. She sets time aside. She's always opening her emails, right? And other people might open their emails in the evening. So what the platform does is that it delivers to each of your customers at a time that is personalized for them, where they will be most likely to engage with your content. And then you can also connect, you can leverage the platform to connect the entire customer lifecycle, in that you are engaging with your customers through marketing, service, sales, and commerce. Leveraging not just obviously Marketing Cloud, but if you also are using the Salesforce suites of products, and these all easily connect and essentially help bolster the relationships that you have with your customers.
We have actually got something in the chat, so I was just going to see. So it says, have seen issues with using WhatsApp with Marketing Cloud, had to resort to using secondary applications for WhatsApp integration. Don't know if you wanted to comment on that, Akona.
Sure, happy to comment. I think it's Gaurav. I hope I'm saying it properly. So with using WhatsApp on Marketing Cloud, I think with really most of anything on Marketing Cloud, your use case is also quite important, right? So I think it wouldn't be fair for me to comment without understanding the actual use case that you are having issues with. But I know, for example, one of the things is that it has not yet gotten to the level, perhaps where of other applications is, for example, with bots, right? So if you had a bot, Marketing Cloud doesn't play very well with bots, especially on WhatsApp. And also I know that you can only have what is it called? A BSP, I think. So if you are using a number on WhatsApp, on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, that number cannot be used by anyone else, right? So you can't use, for example, a place like Cinch to host your number for you. So you have to use the platform. So I think it really is use case specific. There are things that I would definitely say, based on that use case, you probably shouldn't use, Salesforce's WhatsApp integration on Marketing Cloud, because it has not yet reached that level of maturity. And on that point, talking about level of maturity as well, is that generally in the Salesforce stack, on anything that they do, Marketing Cloud included, is that it's always continually, changing and improving as well. So this might be true for today or in that specific scenario, but 6 months from now or a year from now, it might no longer hold true in terms of whether or not it's applicable.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Marketing Cloud? Good question.
So Marketing Cloud is an automation tool, right? An engagement automation tool that you can connect to your Salesforce CRM or any other platform really, whether it's external system like your POS systems, anything that you want to connect it to, it can connect for you to ingest the data, and it helps you take care of your communication. So it is made up of a number of studios as well as builders, right, on the platform. So your studios are essentially the places where you typically send the content from, right? So you have things like Email Studio, where you can send out emails. You have things like Mobile Studio, where you can send out your push messages, your WhatsApps, your SMSs, etc. Right? Social Studio is a tool that's been sunsetted by Salesforce, and it's been now replaced by Sprout Social. So they've now encouraged all customers who were previously on Social Studio to migrate over to Sprout Social, or any other social media listening tool that they'd obviously like to use. They've endorsed Sprout Social. And then you also have Advertising Studio, which you can use to leverage your audiences, right? So you can use the data that you have in Marketing Cloud to help build your audiences using Advertising Studio, so that it would allow you to plug in with either your LinkedIn, your Instagram, Facebook, etc., most of the social media platforms, Google included as well. And then we have Web Studio, and Web Studio allows you to build, basic landing pages that you would typically need. A good example would be you having a sign-up competition at the mall, and you need to build a quick web page to capture people's data. You'd quickly go on to Web Studio, Cloud Pages, and Marketing Cloud, and build smart capture that's going to capture people name, surname, email address, and then connecting it with other things. It can obviously confirm that this is, send an email to someone, but essentially it's part of the studios. And then we have our builders, and our builders, what they do, audience builder, that is the audience, right? Your customer data. So this is where you would do your integrations to other, external systems to plug in to bring data into Marketing Cloud. This is where you would create your, your engagement list, what we call data extensions in Marketing Cloud. But typically, people call these distribution lists. So whether you have your email, campaign that you want to send out, this would be where you slice and dice all of your data. That is what we do in Audience Builder. And then we've got personalization. So personalization is, I think it's actually a whole different product on its own, right? I remember earlier I said Marketing Cloud engagement. So that's the piece that we focus on as part of the training. And there is also a very separate training which speaks to Marketing Cloud personalization. And Marketing Cloud personalization is, if I could compare it, for those who may be familiar with something such as Adobe Target, Marketing Cloud personalization is very similar to Adobe Target. And if you're not familiar with Adobe Target, Marketing Cloud personalization is essentially something that you put, a good example would be on top of your website, and it allows you to monitor the traffic, monitor what people are doing when they get onto your website. So for example, if someone is looking at, a coffee, and then after they look at the coffee, where else do they go? So I'm sure we've all been on shopping sites, and, we have, other people also bought this along with this, or it might recommend a product on top of that. Or when you log into a certain website, you might have a different screen than your friend who's sitting next to you. They may see something different. So Marketing Cloud personalization is the tool that makes all of those personalizations on the website, possible. And it obviously does all the tracking as well to tell us more about the people that are coming onto our website. And then we have Content Builder. As the word says, content, right? That's where you create your content. Whether it is emails, all the communication streams that we can do, SMSs, WhatsApps, push, we can build them all in Content Builder. I think what's important as well, Marketing Cloud does not generate images, right? It can help you store images, so you get your images from elsewhere, at least not yet. With the way AI is going, it might just, so you'd bring in your images that you want to use, and you essentially can store them, and it essentially acts as a content library that you have, and that you can use for your communication. And lastly, but not least, we have Analytics Builder. Again, one of the most important things in marketing is tracking, right? It's not enough to just put up a billboard or send out an email. We actually need to track how effective this action has been, right? So that's what Analytics Builder does. And it's also where you can track how your customers are engaging with your content, how they're not engaging, your data quality in terms of the 100,000 emails you send, 20% of them are bouncing, etc. So that's some of the things that we can do in Analytics Builder. And in a gist, all of these building blocks make up Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement.
Great, thank you.
Then,
Okay, next, what you'll do with Marketing Cloud engagement?
yeah. So some of the things you do, again, using each of either the studios or the builders, you're able to do your audience segmentation, right? So if you have Data Cloud, you could potentially leverage on Data Cloud segments. And if not, you can do, your filtering or run your automations, your SQL queries within Marketing Cloud Automation Studio. You can look at things such as purchase behavior when connected to your website. You can look at things such as engagement data, right? So all of these things allow you to identify, different segment groups, right? So for example, you have your clients who never read any of your emails, but buy a lot of stuff, right? Or things like that. Then you can slice and splice your data how you'd like. And then we also have, our content creation. So this is us creating our promotional, our transactional, or potentially our onboarding content, right? And we can also leverage, Einstein within the platform to say to us, actually, based on the data or what we know about Lynn, a picture of, a rainbow might work better than a picture of a tree for her, as an example, right? And then we also have our channel activations. So we've got email, ads, and mobile. And all of these are essentially the three, building blocks that we need from a campaign management perspective. So essentially a campaign, anything that's got to do with the audience, Marketing Cloud can help. With the content, Marketing Cloud can also do that as well in terms of actually getting that campaign out. Marketing Cloud can assist with that. And across all of this, we have cross-channel analytics. So your analytics on the journey are not disjointed. We can actually see fully how the whole journey is done. And there is also a separate product called, Loyalty Cloud, right? Salesforce Loyalty Cloud, which again, what we have in Marketing Cloud, if you do have Loyalty Cloud, could also potentially feed into, your engagement metrics from a communication perspective. Thank you.
Okay, so talking about your Marketing Cloud career path, I would just like to ask you, is there any real prerequisites? Is there anything you need to do before you can get to Marketing Cloud Email Specialist, for example?
So no, there
Okay.
isn't a prerequisite for Marketing Cloud Email Specialist. However, I do have a recommendation. So there's a certification that's somewhat new on the block. It's the Marketing Cloud Associate. And that is something that I very, firmly say, once you've been on the training course, you could literally write that certificate the next day, right? Because what we teach covers that certification. So I'd say, and especially if you don't have experience with the writing Salesforce certifications, right? So that would be my recommendation to say, do that certification first. And then beyond that, obviously for you to do your Marketing Cloud, developer certification, the prerequisite for that is the email specialist. And then for your Marketing Cloud consultant, the prerequisite for that is your Marketing Cloud administrator. But the email specialist and the administrator don't have any prereqs.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just wanted to tell you about one of our Supermums alumni. We have so many success stories on the website, so please do take a look. But just to talk about Bruna's Marketing Cloud, she did training with us. She learnt Salesforce Marketing Cloud to enable her to understand and help her clients better. She's really passionate about helping other marketeers realize the endless possibilities of Marketing Cloud product. Now, her and many others. We have such a superb community at Supermums, and you know, everyone supports each other, everyone guides each other. You don't just get the training, you get the wraparound of support as well. And that is the FOMO, I think, that brought me to Supermums in the first place. I did the admin course with Supermums before I ever worked here. So there's so many great success stories. So I would urge you to have a look on the website. I will drop a link into the website shortly. So the next course is week commencing the 17th of March, and that's with a welcome call. The sessions are over 7 weeks. They're on Mondays and Wednesdays. There's 14 sessions from 7 p.m. talking GMT UK time, 7 till 9:30. We do have people doing these courses globally, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're absolutely welcome to join us. We do predominantly have mums. We are Supermums. However, I would say there is probably about 80% are female, but we do also have, as I said to you, we have individuals and companies. So it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, you're always welcome to do training with us. We do have some course break weeks, which are always useful to either catch up or, you know, just to maybe just have some time out. And you do have 4 weeks of a trial org, and that is so important, and that's one of the many reasons that people come to Supermums. I don't know from your side, Akona, is that something that you found with training? Is that really useful to have?
It definitely is, right? I think unlike Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, one of the challenges to learning Marketing Cloud, especially if you're doing it on your own, is the access to a training environment, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, you can't send a fake email. All emails are real. The Marketing Cloud doesn't have sandboxes like the other environments do. So this is one of the few ways in which you can access an environment that you can actually go in and play around and get familiar with the platform, especially if your company doesn't currently have Marketing Cloud, or you may not have access to their Marketing Cloud environment.
Okay, great, thank you. The cost of the course, as you can see, is 1,500 GBP. Obviously, you'll need to convert that. There is a conversion tool on the website, so when you go onto the website, if you're planning to enroll, you can just change the currency, so you are able to do that. In terms of times and days, just to reiterate, week 1 is the 24th of March. The week before is the introduction, but this is the actual official day that the course starts. So thank you. And any questions? I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you are welcome, as I say, to either put your cameras on or drop some questions into the chat for Akona.
Hey, hi, Akona, Gaurav here. Just wanted to check with you if we can get access to a trial org through partner community. So I have access to partner community through my organization. So I was wondering if we can get access to the trial org through that. Is that possible?
I'm not entirely certain with the partner community, because I'm not part of the partner community. So I work for an actual customer. Not that I've heard of, right, from the partner community. And even if you did, it would probably be for a limited time. I would check, but unless I see you in the course, I won't be able to get back to you. Yeah, I can
Okay.
check, but I'm not sure how I'll let you know.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
I would say, if I drop my email, if you want to put that on a question, I can go to our training team and see if anyone can respond to that as well. And obviously, I can pass your details over to Akona, and she could come back to you once she's got the answer for you, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll drop my email in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And I'm just popping some other information into the chat while you're doing that. So I've put my email address. So any questions, please drop me an email. I'm also going to put my Calendly diary, which is really important if you'd like to book in a call with me. for a discussion. And I will put in as well both mine and Akona's LinkedIn if you want to message either of us. If you want to DM us, you're welcome to do that, or just add us. So I'm just going to pop them in there as well. I did save them already, so has anyone else got any questions? I did see, I think did Sally just come on? I don't know whether she came on with a question.
Not that I noticed, no.
Okay. Thought I just came from putting the links in, and I thought I saw her on there. Okay. Okay, so oh, brilliant. Okay, Sally has got her hand up.
Just one really quick question. So do you need to have a marketing background to make the most of it? I mean, when employers are looking for it, are they looking for some sort of knowledge of marketing? Because if you've got no real knowledge of it, can you're still going to be useful to an employer with it?
Yes. So you don't need a marketing background. It would be obviously helpful, but you don't need it. Actually, not having it, I've found, makes it easier for people to learn it, because quite frankly, you've got nothing to compare it to, I found, right? Because you're not like, oh, but this tool used to do this and this tool used to do this. So personally, I found that people who, aren't deeply entrenched with marketing experience learn it faster.
Okay, all right, thank
That's
you.
interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And I think a lot of people, when they do look, from what I've seen in terms of, you can double check yourself in terms of the job adverts when people are looking for people with experience on Salesforce Marketing Cloud. The main thing is understanding the platform rather than, the business of marketing. Because essentially you're the person who executes on the campaigns. You're not always going to be the person who has to design the campaigns and think, oh, what's going to work or what isn't. But you take what they've put together and you execute on it. Okay.
Hope that answered your question. Excellent. Has anyone else got any questions? Gaurav, can I just, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Can I just ask you a question? You asked the question about trial orgs, just in general. Do you work for an organization that uses Salesforce?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working for a Salesforce consulting company called IBM. IBM helps implement Salesforce for various clients. So we
Okay.
do have access to the partner community. So I'm a manager working with IBM, and yeah, so I was just wondering if we can get access to a trial org through the partner community.
Okay.
Being a yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was wondering.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll find that answer and we'll let you know for sure.
No problems. Thanks.
Okay. You're very welcome. So does anyone else have any questions? I think there's quite a lot of people, because a lot of people signed up, and I think a lot of people will be watching this on recording. So I'm guessing we'll get some questions afterwards. But what I would say is thank you so much for joining, as always. We are here to help you and to support you and to guide you in whatever direction you want. So please feel free to, as I say, email me. That's all right, Sally. Please feel free to email me, book in some time with me for a chat. And thank you for joining.
Sally, Lynn, sorry, I'm getting actually an answer for Gaurav.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just give me a minute if you don't mind.
No, not at all. Thank you.
And the answer to your question, Gaurav, is yes, you do. But I'm not sure obviously how many people you can have access to it, etc. So you'd probably need to speak to your account exec or whoever it is that you guys will work with, and they should be able to provide it.
Understood. Thanks a lot. Thanks for providing this information. Just one question, since I hope I'm not delaying the call, but I just wanted to understand how Agentforce, the latest release from Salesforce, I mean, how does that impact Marketing Cloud? I mean, are there anything on the horizon or anything else that new use cases that are coming up from
Great
that?
question. I think Agentforce is on everyone's lips at the moment. I'll let you take that.
True.
So I think this is obviously strictly my opinion. One of the things that I would say is with Agentforce, I think it's more related to there's a new product called Marketing Cloud Growth, right? Where they're currently in the process of rebuilding Salesforce Marketing Cloud on core, right? I'd say it is probably 20%. Currently, it's 20% of what Marketing Cloud itself can actually do. So it's not yet, we're not yet at a place where I could be like, you should be learning Marketing Cloud Growth instead of Marketing Cloud Engagement, right? We're very far from that. I think if you are in the ecosystem, you know Salesforce well enough, and that they obviously like change, but it can take some time. So, and I think the things that I've seen on Marketing Cloud Growth and Engagement are very similar. So if you know the one, it will be, kind of very easy to learn the other. And when it comes to Agentforce and all the agents and stuff, they're probably far more applicable on Marketing Cloud Growth than they are on Salesforce Marketing Cloud.
Understood. Okay. And regarding loyalty management, is there a certification currently in the pipeline, or is it something that is still being worked out?
Not that I'm aware. There isn't a certification for loyalty as far as I know.
And is there any way that you can learn about this new module?
The only thing I know about certifications right now is that the current Salesforce AI specialist certification is going to be changing to agent something. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the new name, but that's
It is Agentforce.
the Agentforce certification, right? And that's happening as from Monday, I believe, next week, Monday.
Yeah, 3rd of
Yeah,
March.
it's
And
happening.
interestingly, if you already have AI specialist, it will change the name. So
Right.
that's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about a rollout for a loyalty cloud thingy. And again, loyalty cloud it's basically Sales Cloud, but obviously with a different
No,
focus.
it isn't. Actually, it isn't. I have seen an implementation of Loyalty Cloud in one of my projects. It is a beautiful product, but it's very different from the other Salesforce clouds. I mean, it's completely flow based. There is very little custom coding or anything, but those flows can be extremely complicated and very, very complex. But it is definitely it's a very good product, and that's why I was just wondering if certification is available for that.
All right. I
Thanks
think
a
through the
lot.
partner community, I'd recommend you check there. Probably may be a certification through the partner community.
Got it. I'll do that. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, thank you very much for joining us as always. Please reach out to me with any further questions. I'm going to email Guraf. I've got your email address, so I will drop you an email in a second, so you can respond to me. But as I say, any questions from anyone, book in some time with me or send me an email and I will come back to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you from me, Lynn Constantine, not Heather Black. And Akona, do you want to say anything?
Looking forward to seeing you guys at the next cohort. I hope I do see you. So cheers.
Great, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.